My interest in geometry goes way back to childhood. I always, had a little drawing board and I got interested in things like sacred geometry. And I've always been a maker. If I haven't been making art, I've been building things, designing things, product design, engineering. So I've never not made pictures. I started using geometry, I think, because I used to feel like art was just so boundless. You had so many options, and geometry felt like a way of structuring this boundless kind of space of possibilities. And I wanted to find a way to kind of like meter that boundless space of possibilities in the same way that rhythm, tempo, scales does in music. I built the visualizers not really with the intention of making art, but I was so kind of enamored by the outputs, that's where it went. My name's Harvey Rayner. I'm from the UK originally, and I've been making art for about 25 years. A lot of the projects that I do, the project is starting in my mind from a geometric idea, and it's like one of the fundamental pillars of the way I think about art. I don't necessarily know how things are going to look, but I know what I want to try to accomplish in the code, in the geometry, and I took a very new approach to creating the sort of like the canvas texture in this one, which I hadn't done before, exploring. I call it trad realism, so this kind of like, this very sort of deep textural kind of output. I noticed this trend in generative art where people were kind of like, it seemed like they were intentionally imitating traditional art media, and when I first saw that, I didn't like it. Because I thought, well, let's find some new textures and forms that grow naturally out of, this new genre. But as I kind of like got into it more deeply and started to develop my own forms and just sort of like create a lot of variety within every little primitive I made, I think it's simply the fact that the subtle textures we like in traditional art, we continue to make, are also the things that we like in generative art. So even if, say, watercolor paper had never been invented prior to generative art, I think we would eventually make something that looks like watercolor paper because it has this beautiful kind of homogenizing kind of quality to it, which just, we do it for the same reasons. So it's not that we're imitating something from the past, it's just that it's simultaneously kind of converging at the same point.